everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel, and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, I'm working on my own shell challenge actually. As you may have noticed, the shell of this build was already on the lot as soon as we started on it, and that's because this is my own shell challenge that went live. I think I started this one last weekend? Yeah, last Saturday, because last Saturday I celebrated my 1 year anniversary on stream over on Twitch. And that's when we started a new shell challenge, and that's when I started building, or like attempting to do my own shell challenge. And this is what it turned into. So the shape of the house, it has a lot of like little bump outs. It's pretty difficult to work with when it comes to the roofing, but I actually had a lot of fun with it. So I decided to put it in the world of Brindleton Bay, and I turned it into a pet cafe. So this is a pet-friendly cafe. Pets and their owners are welcome in this cafe, and it's in the on the dock area. It's not on the docks, but it's close to, like, next to the docks on this this little lot by the water in Brindleton Bay. This is actually one of my favorite lots in this world, if not in the game overall, because I don't know, the lighting on this lot is great. I love the water, I love the vibes. It's so like rustic, but also like a little bit urban looking, but also there's lots of greenery, like lots of trees around, and it's just very pretty. I really love Brindleton Bay. It's one of my all-time favorite, it's actually my all-time favorite world. I think I can safely say that. I really love it here. So I was so happy to be back here working on a little build here in Brindleton Bay, and like I said, this is a cafe. Now I will say, in the beginning, at first, I really wanted to try and make this a limited pack build. It ended up not being a limited pack. Here in the beginning, you can see that I was really trying to stick to just get together, because it is a cafe, so that lot type and all the necessities come with get together, cats and dogs, and base game. That is what I tried to aim for in the beginning, but I kind of messed up as soon as I started on the landscaping, because I used landscaping from all over the place, and that's kind of when I decided, you know what, it's not going to be limited pack this time around. I'm so sorry. So I did use a bunch of packs for this build, unfortunately. But I will say I'm very happy with how it came out. It feels very rustic. I think that the shape of this build kind of would work very well for a residential lot as well. But I don't know, I just kind of was in the mood to build a cafe. So that's what I decided to do. And also with my shell challenges, I like to include one mandatory item that you have to use. And the more random, the better. So this time, usually we do like a gnome. Last time it was the base game flamingo. It's always base game so that it's not a problem for anyone to use it. Last time we did the flamingo. This time round we're doing the base game life-size llama that came with, I think it came with the infant update actually, so it's a pretty recent addition to the base game. It is base game, however, so anyone can use it, as long as you have the base game, obviously. So yeah, that was a little bit problematic, because this is a cafe in Brindleton Bay where pets are allowed. How does a llama tie into that? It's not like llamas are pets. I mean, we can have llamas, but it doesn't feel like, it feels like it doesn't fall under the same category as cats and dogs, if you know what I mean. So I don't know how a freaking life-size stuffed llama was gonna fit into this build. We decided to just put it out front, you know, just have the llama greet the people coming to the cafe. It's a cute item. It's an animal, so it kind of ties in that way. And we just kind of decided that the llama was probably like the owner of the cafe, and the llama greets everybody coming to visit. I don't know, we just thought it was cute, so we left it on the outside of the build, by the front, like near the front entrance. So that actually turned out pretty cute, but for now it's just hanging out in the corner of the lot, because I didn't want to delete it because I was afraid I'd forget to use it. So I just kind of left it sitting there in the corner, randomly overseeing what we're doing for this build. But yeah, it's pretty random. But if you want to participate in the shell challenge, you definitely can. There is not a whole bunch, like there's not a whole lot of time left, because the shell challenge is a little bit of a shorter one. Tours are going to be over on stream, over on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/SimmarySims, but obviously that's also linked down below. And so the tours will be held on June 9 and 10. I usually do 2 tour days because it takes forever to get through everything, and I kind of want to tour as many as possible. So if you want to participate in the shell challenge, I will put all the information down below in the description box, but you can find the shell under the hashtag Simmary Party Shell. That feels random, but that's because we started the shell on my streamiversary, my anniversary stream, so it was a little bit of a celebration time, so Simmary Party Shell was born. So you can find it under Simmary Party Shell. If you want to participate, please upload it using that same hashtag, and also if you want it toured, make sure to come by one of our streams and redeem the point reward so that we can add you to the tour list. But of course, if you're not interested in any of that, you can obviously just still do it and not have it toured, not go over to Twitch. It really doesn't matter. But the shell, all I want to say is that the shell for this build is up on the gallery. If you want to give it a go in whatever way, shape, or form, then you can definitely do it. So if you're not familiar with shell challenges, the rules can vary from person to person, from challenge to challenge, but for this one, for mine, I just said you can't change or remove or add to the exterior existing walls. So basically the shell has to stay as is. That's really the only rule there is. The shell has to stay as is. You can obviously change the wall height, you can rotate it, you can place it on any lot, you can turn it into anything you want, as long as you don't touch the existing walls other than wall height, basically. That is the only rule. This build ended up having a tiny basement as well, which from what I've heard, people are hating it because it's so small, and it's definitely small. For me, it was very convenient because I actually turned it into a bathroom basement. So we have a couple of bathrooms down there, and it was perfect for it. I don't know what the people are so angry about, but it actually kind of works nicely. So yeah, there's a tiny basement, there's obviously a second floor, and for the rest, I don't know, I feel like the shape of this shell is pretty fun. Usually I do weird stuff with like diagonal walls. We have a couple diagonal walls here, but it just kind of naturally turns into this really cute bump out. So that wasn't really a problem at all, and I'm just very curious to see what everyone else is turning the shell into, because I immediately felt like it needed to become something rustic, something a little bit more on the traditional side of things, but I just know that a lot of other people will be turning it into something completely different, like something modern, like contemporary or mid-century modern even. Like, it's wild what people can do with this exact shell, and like how different people are in regards to their creativity, and it's just so interesting. It's one of my favorite things about shell challenges, is just like seeing what everyone is doing with it, seeing what everyone's inspiration is, and how creative everyone is. It is so cool. So yeah, I can't wait for the shell tours, and in the meantime, I just had a lot of fun with it myself. Also, I just realized, by the way, if you're wondering what the heck this is, my face cam is pretty small, so you probably can't really see it that well. But this balloon was a gift for my streamiversary as well, and it has an emote of my face on it, very cringy kid picture that my mods like to torture me with, and also just other people in the stream like to torture me with that emote. And now I have it on a balloon, life size, so that is just fantastic. Because it's too random whenever I do like voiceovers. I won't lie, I have moved it out of the way a couple times because I was like, okay, the people on YouTube might not be on Twitch, and they are not gonna understand why there is a random balloon with my face on it. You can't really see it that well because she likes to turn away from the camera. But still, I just felt like I needed to acknowledge it. This time I didn't move it out of the way because I honestly just forgot. So there you go. There's a balloon with my face on it. It's been exposed. It's interesting, but it's there. It's fine. It's fine. It could just hang out there. Anyway, we're moving on to the interior of the shell, and I'm really happy with how this came out. It is very small and crammed, mainly because we had to fit in 2 staircases, one down and one up, obviously because we have a tiny basement. And that took up a lot of space where otherwise I would have been able to put like tables and chairs. So down here, we do have this really cute little living, like hangout area with a corner couch that actually fit in that corner perfectly. It was so satisfying. Finally, a way to use like the little corner couch, because I never use those corner couches. But for this build, it was actually perfect. So I ended up using one, and this is just like a tiny little hangout area. where you can sit down and drink your coffee and hang out with your friends. And we have a couple of tables and chairs down here, but not too many because I didn't really want the routing to be blocked. I wanted this build to be as usable, like as functional as possible. And we also had to fit in like some cat and dog stuff, obviously, because it is a pet cafe. So I decided to go for a little cat tree here in the corner, which I think is a really cute addition. And then upstairs, we actually have a full cat room with one of the big cat trees and a smaller one added next to it. We have a litter box up there, a self-cleaning one, and we also have some pet bowls scattered around, obviously. And then for dogs, you don't really need as much. Cats are a lot more high maintenance in The Sims when it comes to stuff that they need. Dogs don't really need anything. They like beds, but honestly, I don't find, whenever I play with pets in The Sims, I don't find my dogs to be using those beds really ever, only sometimes. So since this build is so small, I ended up not placing any dog beds anywhere for the dogs, but they can just, you know, just wander around and just lay on the floor or maybe plop down on the couch. We have another seating area upstairs, so that will work too. And we have some benches and things outside as well, so that will work. And then I did place some like a toy box for the dogs, but the cats I think can also use that. But I did place that one outside. And for the rest, I think that's all you need for pets. But if you wanted to add like some more smaller toys and things just scattered on the floor, you could definitely do that too. That would be a very easy addition, actually. But here you can see I already broke my rules on not using any packs because I'm using these tables from, from a kit. The little campers kit, I think it's what it's called. They're supposed to be little outdoor tables, but they're so perfect and they fit the vibe of Brindleton Bay so perfectly. Because at first I wanted to use the Brindleton Bay table, the small round dining table. I did use that one, I think, outside a couple times. But I didn't really vibe with the round tables inside. So I wanted to have a square alternative, and this one was perfect because it's the exact same vibe, just a slightly different little table. So I went for this one from the little campers kit. And here you can see I went back to clutter up the coffee table a little bit. We also have a back door here off of this, this little area. And then also on the other side by the barista area, there is also a back door there. And then we have a nice like back porch with some tables and chairs, and I feel like this cafe is very usable. I really, really like how it came together. Here we're starting on the second floor, which again is also very small, but I was able to fit a couple more tables up here. I think we have like two 3-seaters and one 2-seater table up here, I think. And then over here we have this nice like seating area. I did swap it to a different orientation because it was a little bit too cramped. Yeah, I swapped it around. So we have a couch here, another bookcase, and then an additional chair as well. So it's not world's largest cafe, but there is a lot of seating space. It might feel a little cramped in some places, but it definitely is functional. I did playtest everything. So in my game, at least, everything was functional. So that's good. And yeah, I feel like overall the decor feels pretty traditional. I did use a lot of cats and dogs, but it does feel like fresh and updated. So the style of it is more traditional and cozy vibes, but it's still like a pretty modern, probably pretty recently renovated little cafe is kind of what it feels like. That's what I was going for at least. And I think it turned out really well. And then here we're still working on the little living area. It was giving me some trouble because I wanted it to be still functional, but it's obviously very cramped. And then up here, I was so happy that I had some more space for tables and chairs because I was a little bit worried. I was like, how is this cafe going to be functional without any tables and chairs, only the ones we have downstairs? But thankfully I was able to fit a few more up here, so that was nice. And then for the longest time, I wasn't sure what to do with this little room. At first I wanted to turn it into like a little workspace maybe with a desk and a computer or something like that. That would be pretty usable for gameplay. But then I figured, no, this is a pet cafe, so we need like a cat room. We need some more cat tree stuff and the litter box and things. So that's what I put in this room, and I think that was a good call because otherwise I'm not sure if we'd have like enough stuff for pets. And then I also went back to do a little bit more decorating everywhere. I am obsessed with these little planters from Cats and Dogs, and the little cat pot and the little dog pot. So cute. So I placed those on the dining tables as well. And for the color scheme, it's very neutral. I use some pops of light blue and also some pops of green every now and then. For the most part, I feel like I'm actually kind of curious to see how many packs I ended up using, because I feel like it's not that bad. I mean, I did use some like debug landscaping from some random packs from like vampires and stuff, I think. But I feel like it's not that bad. I mean, watch it be every single pack ever made, but I'm actually kind of curious to see. Obviously, after the speed build portion of the video, we'll move into the game, and I'll obviously give you a little tour. So I'm curious to see, actually. But we have a couple small balconies where for one of the balconies, I placed a chess table. So that is a nice activity for your Sims to do. Something I did forget to place, though. Oh, no, it's already on the gallery, but I forgot to place wall speakers. Oh, no, we have no music. Ah, dang it. That is so sad. Okay, well, I forgot to place wall speakers. That's sad, but if you place this in your game, then you can obviously go through and place some wall speakers yourself. It is very, very easy to just put a couple. It's very, very easy, but dang it. I knew I forgot something, but I couldn't really figure out what I'd forgotten for this one. But yes, it's the music. We have no music. That's really sad. Honestly, they should make that like a requirement. I think that would be very usable, or very useful, I should say, to have that be a requirement, but it's not, because I was able to put it on the gallery as a cafe. But yeah, you can just easily go through, add some wall speakers yourself. It's not that big of a deal. But here we have the outside area of the build, the backyard, I guess, kind of a situation. I had more space here than I thought I would have, so I was able to fit in a couple more chairs and tables here on the back deck, which was nice. And then I decided to go for some picnic tables outside as well. I thought that was a cute addition. So here by the tree, we have a couple of umbrella picnic tables. And I also added some more like modern couches out here as well, because I don't know, I really like how these couches look, and they kind of complemented the color scheme that I was going for, and they're from Get Together as well. So I thought they were a fun addition. So I just added a couple of those back there with some coffee tables, and I put some decorations out. And overall, this build is not too cluttered. It definitely feels lived in and cozy, but it's not too cluttered. So I feel like it should be very, very useful for gameplay. I think it should be pretty like possible to like route around without your Sims getting stuck, even though it might feel a little cramped in some places. But I feel like overall it's pretty good. And then here I just did the last final touches. We also have like this screened in front porch, which I really like the screened in situation. I used this like glassless window from the Cats and Dogs pack here to kind of like create the illusion of a screened in porch. And then we have that little bench back there with the table. The bench is obviously not reachable, but it does feel very cozy to me. So we have another couple tables here on the front porch, and then I realized I needed some rugs that makes cats and dogs spawn. I think these mats mean like cats and dogs are welcome here, so they'll spawn inside, which is good. But that is it for this build. So let's jump into the game and I'll show you the build in real time. So here we have the cafe in the game, and we have the llama greeting us out front here, which I think is really cute. Oh, kitty! Oh, there's a kitty out here. Kelly! Oh, another one. Oh, pumpkin. Oh, that's so cute. We have some kitties. Oh, well, anyway, this is the facade of the build. I feel like it feels very inviting. We have some signs out here, which I thought was fitting. We have the llama greeting us. And then back here, we have the outdoor space. So we have some picnic tables and some benches with coffee tables out front, or out back, I should say. And then over here, we have the back porch with some additional seating as well. So I feel like this cafe could potentially get pretty packed with customers. And then here we have the screened in front porch with some more tables. It feels very cozy to me. And then when we go inside, this is obviously where we'll have the barista spawn. They do have their little staff area over here with a sneaky little microwave in the back. I just always like the idea of the barista bar being closed off from the rest of the cafe, if that makes sense, so that they kind of have their own little space. So that's what I did for this one as well. We have a back door here and this cute little table over here, and then another table here, and then here by the front door we just kind of have this entryway where you can hang your dog's leash, you can grab some free treats on your way out. I thought that was really cute. And then here we have a cozy little seating area with a corner couch. I placed some games and some magazines and obviously some cups as well. You can do some reading here, and we have a cat tree in the corner. Then on the second floor we have some more seating. I feel like this cafe feels very homey, and that's exactly what I wanted for this one. So we have another living room space over here also with some cups and things, obviously more tables as well. And then here in this little back room we have a cat room. My cat would go wild for this. How fun is this cat tree? I wish I had the space for that in real life. She would love it. And then out here we have another sneaky little private table. And then out here on the back balcony we have a chess table, so that's a fun activity for your Sims to do. And then last but not least, we obviously have the little basement. There is nothing going on here other than the bathroom. So these two bathrooms are literally just mirrored, but it's all your Sims need, you know? But that is basically already it for this cafe. So this Brindleton Pet Cafe is up on the gallery. Remember when I said I didn't use a lot of packs, or I was hoping it wouldn't be using a lot of packs? It uses a lot of packs. It doesn't use any stuff packs, weirdly. It goes from game packs immediately to kits. So I didn't use any stuff packs, which is very random. So if you don't have any stuff packs, at least then you're good to go. I built it on a 20 by 20 in the world of Brindleton Bay, and it's a cafe lot type. So if you want to place it in your game, then it goes right here on the 20 by 20. But that's gonna do it for today's video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can obviously go ahead and download this build off the gallery if you'd like. My username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and on TikTok if you'd like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so. And if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/Simmary Sims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!